I have always seen a doctor right from when I was a child, but at the time they were not sure what the issue was. I had 2 surgeries the first time. The first one was for attraction, they called it attraction, and the second one was the total hip replacement. I had a very painful surgery the first time. I had pains. Which I believed was going to go away, but after some time it became worse, and I just thought, and I didn't want to live with this pain anymore, so I was referred to this hospital by some colleagues in Nigeria. I took my first steps the next day after the surgery. Yes, I am happy with everything. My name is Olivia. I'm 28 years old. I came from Nigeria. I'm a lawyer. It was actually difficult to do the house chores. I could barely do them, really. And going to work was difficult. Sitting at work was also very hard. Carrying out my daily activity was just really difficult. And at some point, it became almost impossible to do anything. I have always seen a doctor right from when I was a child. I've always visited the hospital. But at the time, they were not sure what the issue was. And then I became older and they started to, the first hospital was in the US. They said I had a fracture, which needed to be treated when I was older. Yeah, and when I was older, the hip started to get very bad. And that was the first time I went for a major review in Nigeria, and then I had my first surgery. I had a physiotherapist who was treating me in Nigeria. He had treated me for over a year post the first surgery, and he thought there was something off about this because he said to me, at this stage, you're not supposed to be having this kind of pains. I had a very painful surgery the first time. I had pains, which I believed was going to go away, but after some time it became worse, and I just thought, and I didn't want to live with this pain anymore, so it's not supposed to be this way, right? And it carried on for a year plus, and I didn't want to continue like that. And then I sought a second opinion. Yeah, there was a continuous pain, Some days it felt better, some days it was worse. And then in the last few months, it was worse. It never got better. Which is worse? The first one was worse, obviously, because I said I had 2 surgeries, so yeah. Right, I was sad mostly. I was unhappy. I had angry days. At work, it affected work seriously because my superiors thought I was making excuses not to be at work. I couldn't sleep, and that was affecting me. So I wasn't happy, but I tried to put up a happy face for people around me. Yeah, it was really devastating sometimes. So there was also the stigma that came with the limp and having to use a walking aid. If I entered somewhere, I had people staring at me funny, looking at me and wondering why I had a stick or wondering why I had a limp. It was disturbing at first, but people are people. I tried to, initially I was very unhappy about the look, the stares people gave me. It was very annoying, but I had to get over it. I met with some doctors. I've worked with some doctors who I think should examine your case. And that was the first time I heard about Turan. And yeah, and from there I followed up with the hospital. I'm not sure it would have been worse than what I went through. So I just thought, let's get this over with. And it was smooth, it was easy. The team, very helpful. They kind of coordinated everything back from Nigeria, so it was very easy for me. I was very comfortable with him, really. He made all of us, myself and my family, we felt very comfortable. He took us through everything. He was very patient. So yeah, it was a plus for us, really. It wasn't as painful as I expected. The first one was really painful. It was easy. The pain meds helped, And yeah, I'm picking up gradually. It wasn't as easy as this the first time. The next day, I was up by the next day. I took my first steps the next day after the surgery. Yeah, it was painful, but it was all right. Physio was good. It wasn't as painful. It was just after surgery, so there was some pain, but it was okay. Yeah. Yes, I am happy with everything. The hospital, the accommodation, the doctors, the team. Yes, I'm happy with everybody. You all were very, very helpful. You know, you made this very easy for me. My hip felt more settled, you know. Before now, it wasn't very settled. But as soon as I put my feet on the ground, it felt very settled and I was happy. It was a different feeling entirely. You know, I just want to be pain-free. I want to be able to do what I have to do without thinking of any restrictions to my hip. Yeah, and no limitations to anything. I want to travel a lot. Yeah, I have plans to travel a lot with my husband-to-be. Thank you, really. Thank you all for looking out for me. Thank you from Nigeria till now. You've made it very easy for me and I'm very grateful. Thank you.